Alright guys, like I said in the last video, Arendelle, for import face-off, we're gonna do some sound upgrades to the car. So these are the 12-inch kicker comps. CX, that's the amplifier. These are the kicker comp R's. So Kicker is a very good company. I've been using it for a long time in many different cars. I do like this split fuse thing going on over here. So that's the one that's going to be going to the back, because this amp that was provided to me is actually a really puny little amp. But that's fine, because we're going to use the smaller gauge wire, which is in this loom. But here it is. The smaller gauge wire is basically going to go to the amp. Then it's going to go split right over there, and then attach to the big one. So it's really cool, 12-inch subwoofer. And yeah, man, let's get installing this thing into the vehicle. All right, so you guys seen the base package. This is the trunk that I am working with, trunk space. I've already taken the liberty to take everything out very quick. It's really easy, actually. I used to jack tire arm over here and just pop these clips off. Now this Versa and these models, the back seats don't go down. As you can see right here, there's my hand right there. It's kind of tack welded in, but if you follow the wire loom all the way to the other side, excuse the mess, there's all stuff in the trunk right here. But look at this. This cannot be any more simpler than this. You can see the trunk right in there. If I move this up, it's just that little clip right there. Pop the side off, hide the wires nice and neat. So that's it for the trunk space. I'm gonna put everything back together, and once I get all the wiring ready, then I'm gonna put this thing outside and start the process. All right, on the engine bay side of things, it looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult. That little cobra shaped thing is this wire loom that's gonna go all the way back. It looks like I gotta take off the cowl just so I have enough clearance. But of course, power. This car I used to jump the Civic, so yeah, I saw a lot of teeth marks. But negative, obviously negative's not gonna be too hard, but it's mainly just the power that I gotta run to the back. And most likely I'll go over here, you know, keep it nice and clean, probably tuck it downwards, and then zip tie it with this one, and then trying to push it inside the hole. Hopefully I'm able to get inside that hole. If not, I can always follow this hood hinge cable. That might be another way around it. But that's it for the engine bay. It's not too hard, it's not too difficult. I mean, we don't know until we jump in, so yeah, let's get it, man. Okay, so change of plans. They actually designed this car with a fat pocket right here, so even if I remove the cowl, I still can't get in that area because that's welded to the car. So the plan is they're trying to remove everything, but this thing is attached down there, and then the battery has Torx bits holding it down, and I only have a number of tools. So plan B, I'm gonna just stab something straight through here, and then get the cable, pull it out, and keep you updated with everything. Now that I got the flash going, I'll get some fast forwarding going on here. There's a little tiny slit that I made, and we're just gonna shove this terminal up in that hole and give a little manpower. So I'm gonna put you guys down, shove it through, basically right up there in that little manhole, and I'll catch you when it is in. All right, so up and away. Hopefully this method will work. What I basically did was I attached it to a string here, and from there I'm pulling it through, and it's a matter of time for that big 0 gauge terminal to plunge its way up into Magic Mountain. All right, so I've got the wire loom all the way through and everything, and this is where the fuse is gonna lay. Obviously I'm gonna work on tucking everything else so it looks like factory OEM. All generic cars, they have just a very cheap front radio face, so it literally just pops off. No crazy tools or anything like that, just get some manhandles in it and just rip it off. But now I'm gonna catch you guys when I am taking the radio apart and figuring out my wiring diagram. Okay, so I don't know exactly when I end these clips, but Basically, I got the base remote just taped in there. I'm not gonna screw it down, I'm just gonna tape it. If it does come out, I got some screws I'm gonna put in there. The controller I'm using is a Scotch controller. So the RCA, the remote cable's in, RCA cable's in. Now I gotta figure out the wiring. That like I said, I'll have one hand, guys, and I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible here. But got the bundle of wires all here. This is extra remote wire. I decided to mount the amp in here because I bought the wrong RCA cables. The kit did not come with one. Boo-hoo, see right? You see right there, 0 gauge to the 8 gauge wire conversion. It does have a fuse in there, so one blows, I have at least another one in there. So that's all nice and neat. And I'm almost done, basically. Just gotta figure out those wires, get the power on the car, and that will be it. All right, so this could be either the moment I've been waiting for or the moment I'm gonna regret. Everything's wired up. Let's see what happens. Well, spark, obviously, because it's a live battery, but I'm gonna have to shave the hell out of this terminal, dude. That thing is not cutting it. All right, let's get it. See what happens. See if we have, I don't even think it'll go down. This plastic cover is starting to bug the hell out of me. Let's give it a little bit of a push. Nope. You got the world's biggest cable on here. The world's smallest little terminal. So obviously installing 0 gauge wiring, it's a hassle, you know, down to modifications for everything. So I'm trying to just shave some of this edge off right now and come back to you guys. Okay. All right, see here, see what happens. No. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've rubbed off on you. You're just so mad about those buttons over there. I'm mad about the studio. It just drives me nuts.
So we mentioned this briefly yesterday, but I want to add something to it today.
Okay, so found out an issue. My negative disconnected, so let's try this out again. This is nerve-wracking. Oh my god.
Afraid getting help may cost you big bucks and your sanity. Let the Liberty Tax expert.
All right, so I'm trying to get this video done in one day, guys, but the car's now in the shop. So I had to take it to these guys because even though I was playing around with all the wires, troubleshooted everything, it was just not working. But let's see what happens.